Hey guys, so we're back again with Espen. This time we're going to do an overview of the reverse Delahiva position. The reverse Delahiva to me is one of the most important guards to understand because when you first enter the guard, there's like Delahiva, collar sleeve, double sleeve, reverse Delahiva. Now there's a lot of different variations of it. We're going to do kind of a broad overview. So this one, we're not going to go super in depth on each attack. It's just to give you an overview so you kind of have a structure to build off, and then we're going to give you different attacks from there. All right guys, let's go.
Reverse Delahiva is a very important guard to know, and I use it a lot. And the reason why it's important is because you can end in that position from so many guards. So say for example, you're playing Delahiva, it's quite common that people are trapping the leg and stepping into reverse Delahiva. So if you're not comfortable with this guard, you're going to have a hard time here. So what I feel, the moment you start having a good reverse Delahiva, you can kind of mess it up in different position. And even though they're able to go into a good knee slide position, you're going to be comfortable. So this can also happen if you're playing collar and sleeve. People are trapping the leg and start going into this position. And then I'm just adapting to it and I'm playing here. So one of the most important ideas and concepts that really helped me in my reverse Delahiva is understanding the different levels. So I normally categorize this as level 1, level 2 and level 3. So what I mean by that, level 1 is when the partner has one knee on the ground. Level 2 is when they are leaning towards like this with having their heel up. And level 3 is when they're standing tall. You always have to read which level the opponent is on. Otherwise, you're going to have a really hard time. So the way you control the position and the way you attack the position is really dependent on which level they're passing at. So you have to look at that. Because if you try to just do the same move on all the different levels, you're going to have a hard time. Because each level has their certain things to it. So you really read that and know the differences. So now I'm just going to go show slightly some of these from the different levels and how my thought process are in each of them. So first we're going to start with level 1. It's when they have the knee on the ground. Whenever someone is at this level, it's quite easy to have collar grip and control their body like this, and it's easy to have good connection. The good thing about this level, it's quite easy to transfer weight because he's not driving too much, so it's quite easy to just mess with the weight, and this opens up for different possibilities. It becomes quite easy to spin through and start going for the back, or it gives you the option to start sitting up for a single leg, or you can use that just to sit up and go into deep half guard. So whenever someone is passing from level 1, my concern is having good distance control, because otherwise the distance between us is too short, so he can start, for example, smashing me, putting pressure. So I'm really concerned about distance control at this level, and I'm also concerned about transferring weight. So I'm just trying to get the weight over here, and from there it opens up for a lot of attacks. So one of my favorite attacks from this level is the Kiss of the Dragon here. So what I'm doing, I'm kicking and spinning through here, lifting and taking the back. Another very common level to meet is the level 2. A lot of people, when you're doing reverse Delahiva, they try to slide through, putting a lot of pressure. So if I'm tackling level 2 as I did with level 1, you're going to have a hard time. And the reason why, transferring weight in this position is going to be hard, because he's driving so much. So I'm not going to try to transfer weight, but my idea here is to use his momentum against himself. Because in this position, he drives a lot towards me. But that opens up to start lifting him. Either to spin through and take the back, or you can either do like I did, lift him over and spin for the back, or you can use this position to lift him over your head and go into different X guards. You can eventually find the waiter, X guard on the other side. So my general idea at level 2 is to use the momentum against themselves to lift them. And then another thing people like to do is to break off the grip and stand tall up. Okay? Now I don't feel I have the possibility to transfer his weight. I don't feel I have the possibility to lift him over my head. So instead of moving around on him, I'm going to start working. So what I like to do here is to use the underhook. And from there, you can spin through, throw your leg in, and take the back. You can also do stuff like You can also sit up here, going for single legs, scoop out, hook go to X guard. So there's tons of variations to it, but the most important thing is, as I said, understand the different levels. So always, when you're fighting from reverse Delarhiva, look at your opponent, read what they are doing, and then adapt to that. So level 1, push them to the side, elbow in, spin through, take the back. Level 3, they're putting weight on you, grab the heel, kick them over the head, spin around, and then take the back. Level 3, when they're standing all the way up, grab the knee, underhook, spin through, throw your leg in, take the back. So one of the cool things about the reverse Delarhiva is that the left grip doesn't have to be a certain way. So you can grab the collar, you can be in the spider, or you can be in the lasso. So you can really mess around with this. So then you can really adapt to your style. So imagine you're someone that plays a lot with the lasso. If someone then traps, then I wouldn't recommend just letting go of this and go for a collar. Just keep the sleeve. And independent on which level he's at, you can do exactly the same technique as we did with the collar grip. So this opens up for a lot of possibilities. So you're never dependent on a certain grip. You can also do them from spider. So work on whatever that suits your style and find a way to do it.
All right, guys, so it's really important, like these videos, we're doing more of a broad overview. Each of these techniques we could go way more in depth on, but sometimes what you need is a broader overview. There's depth of game and width of game. So sometimes if you get so focused on how to do one single technique, the person can block it if they change one position. So that's where those broader looks at positions are really important to speed up kind of how you understand the position overall. And then as you get that kind of broad understanding, then when we start going more in depth and technical in the positions, it has more context. All right, guys, also look out. We're going to do a video soon on kind of a double guard pull overview and give some basic foundations for understanding how to see that position. All right, guys, if you like the content, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot.